my foundation and my refuge and my deliverer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, our one true God. Amen. Greetings, everybody. God bless you. And thank you for taking the time to tune in to your favorite Archbishop. If I'm not your favorite, I should be. And I'm the head of your should-be favorite confessing church. So many questions come to us. I live in an area where there is no true Orthodox church. I live in an area of world orthodoxy where the priests are educated, really, really well educated, but not with regard to the faith, but they're just educated. They have degrees, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees. Wow. They're not like the fishermen. Do you think Christ went out and asked the fishermen if they had any degrees? No, I don't think. He made them glorious. But nowadays, people say, I only live where there's world Orthodox churches, where the priests are like Stephen DeYoung, Josiah Trenham, and Peter Heers. They have degrees. But what good is a degree? Just think about it. What good is going to university and studying if you end up being in communion with a despicable bishop who is despicable because he preaches heresy, he preaches ecumenism, a dishonorable way of thinking? What good is it? What good is you end up being in communion with the bishop that's a heretic or tolerates Masonry? What good was all that education if you ended up with the bishop that's not Orthodox? How does that happen? So we're asked, what should I do? Well, common sense is you have to be serious. You can't expect that you're going to have a true church right down your street and so convenient for you. This is the time of the great apostasy. The apostasy means falling away. And it says the great apostasy. That means if you could find a church, what are you going to do? You're going to run to it. But suppose the church is not in my state. Suppose the true church is not in my country. Suppose the true church is not in my hemisphere. Well, smart people, if you had known them, they would overcome the obstacle. How come we have churches on the other side of the world? Because those priests who wanted to be in the true church, it didn't matter if we were on the other side of the world. They found us. They came to us. We baptized them. We ordained them. So if you don't have a true church in your state, you go to where the true church is. So if it's in Colorado or Alabama or Wisconsin or California, you go to it. Make yourself known to the priest so he can be assured that you are truly seeking the truth, and you will never be rejected as long as you promise to keep the faith and live a Christian life, a truly Christian life. And you'll be baptized, and then you'll be part of the church. That's what has to be done. So you make a little effort, and you join the family of the true church. And you will never regret it. You will never regret it. That's what Christ demands of us. He doesn't want us to pass through this life not enlightened, not baptized, not living the way we should. He came for the exact opposite. He told the apostles, go out and convert and baptize. So he wants us to be in the true church. How can we put it any other way? So we do these videos to win the hearts and souls of so many people who are truly searching for the truth. And Christ promises that if you seek, you'll find. If you're truly seeking, let us hear some news that happened this past week. The Archbishop of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America paid an official visit on Wednesday, May 27, to Mount Athos. He went to Mount Athos. Now, I wonder why he was let in. Don't you wonder that, Vidika? If we went, we would be not allowed to step foot on the holy mountain. But Elpidophoros, Archbishop of the Greeks, he goes to the holy mountain and there's no problem. We, on the other hand, have to sneak in. The monks who want us in help us because they are the zealot monks. They do not commemorate the Patriarch of Constantinople. But this Elpidophoros is the son, the spiritual son of Bartholomew, the Patriarch. So he goes in no matter what he stands for. Yeah, he goes in and they ring the bells and he visits the monasteries. The Archbishop was accompanied by Bishop Ioannis of Phoenicia, the civil governor of Mount Athos, Stephanes, and as well as a group of graduate students from Holy Cross Greek Orthodox School in Boston. During the reception, Elpidophoros addressed the abbot, the Brotherhood of Esphigmenou, that is in Carias, the Brotherhood that wants to, the so-called Brotherhood, that wants to throw out the real Brotherhood of the monastery of Esphigmenou. Because Bartholomew, the Patriarch, tries to, and has tried, along with his successors, Athenagoras and Demetrius, they've tried to dislodge the monks from one of the monasteries of Mount Athos called Esphigmenou. It's one of the 20 great monasteries. It's one that St. Gregory Palamas even was the abbot of. And they isolated this monastery. Why? Because they were against the ecumenical movement. They were, at that time, confessing monks. But they couldn't drive them out. So they started another brotherhood. They call it the Brotherhood of Esphigmenou. And they gave them a couple of rooms at the capital in Carias. And the officials recognize this. There's a name for them. When you establish a surrogate or an illegitimate group. Well, anyhow, they set up this illegitimate group of monks, and they picked one and called him the abbot of. Called them all monks of Esphigmenou, which they were not. And what was the difference between them and the monks in Esphigmenou? These monks would commemorate the heretical and despicable Patriarch Bartholomew. So Elpidophoros comes and addresses them and expresses his hope for their swift return to their monastery. Can you believe that? Swift return to their monastery. They're just illegitimate monks Who knows if any one of them was ever a novice in that monastery. But they got set up as monks from Esphigmenou. In his remarks, Archbishop stressed the importance of implementing both the law and ecclesiastical order, describing the prolonged situation of occupation as a disgrace. So now, the monks who were there from ages, and we knew the abbot that's there. We know the abbot that's there now and knew the abbot before, Father Efthymius, who had broken communion with Athenagoras Demetrius, and of course Bartholomew. They were there for years, and they called those monks living there as an occupation. He called it occupation. The occupation is a disgrace. So Elpidophoros goes to the Holy Mountain and accomplishes nothing but propaganda for the patriarch. So now you know, if you're in a place where there is no true Orthodox Church, you go to it. It's that simple. Make yourself known, prove your sincerity, and be baptized, and be part of the Church. It's your destiny. God grant that everybody fulfill their destiny. Thank you for listening. The Mother of God protect you all.